Hey, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to do an updated acrylic application video. So in the previous video, I did a nail prep on how I prep my new Eliana practice hand. She is so beautiful. I've done tons of videos with this hand already. So let's just go ahead and do another one. So as I mentioned, this is going to be an updated acrylic application video. So in this video, I'm going to just kind of walk you through the steps on how I'm gonna do this acrylic application. And if you're having trouble with creating smooth nails when doing acrylic, this is going to be for you. So just pay close attention to the steps. So before we begin with the actual steps, as you can actually already see here, I am using my Young Nails monomer, Young Nails powder, which is called Bear. And I have a number 12 brush that I got from my local nail supply stores, the D&D brand. And yeah, we're going to just go ahead and get into it. So what my process is when I'm doing these nails is I'm trying not to make them too thick. Mostly because this is not a real hand. When I'm doing nails on a client, it's going to be the same process, but you want to make sure you have that structure based on the length. So just always keep that in mind. So when I'm doing these nails, I'm kind of doing layers in a way. So as you can see, each nail is going to start off with the tip bead, and I've done videos like this in the past. This isn't the first time I've came up with this little method, but I really find it helpful, and I'm just using this term as an updated because I haven't done acrylic nails in so long. It feels like it's been a long time that I'm getting a little rusty, so I'm happy that I'm practicing and getting back into the flow of it. And honestly, I was trying to do these nails as fast as I could because I wanted to see how long it would take for me to do a set. And it's been a while. Again, it's depending on the length, the shape, and everything. But for nails this long, I was kind of happy for the time that I took. So wait until the end and find out how long I take to do a full set. So anyway, I started off with the tip bead on all of the nails. Now I'm going to do the apex bead. So here's where you're going to want to build a little bit of strength. If you want the bead to go all the way down to the tip of the nail, it's not really that necessary, but you can. I like to add in this filler bead or just the blending bead, and you can add 1 or 2 or 3 blending beads. The point is that you want to get the nail as smooth as you can, but you want to work in these steps so that you're not adding too much acrylic where you don't need it. So it really depends on your preference, and I'm going to say that a million times, but let me just talk about how I do it. So I get this bead and I place it down, and I'm thinking, okay, that's the apex, and I have structure there because I have a little bit less liquid and it's a little bit more dried in a way when I'm working with this bead. So when I'm not putting it all the way down to the tip, I'm gonna want to make sure that it's blended and it's not lumpy. So again, if your nail is lumpy, just file it. It's not the end of the world, but you want to just make it as smooth as you can to save yourself a lot of time with the filing and everything, especially if you have a complicated design. Thank God for Gel X, now that it's become a lot more popular. So you just want to keep that in mind. So I'm adding the apex bead, and then I add that little filler bead, and I just try to get everything as smooth as I go along. So anything that I don't like, I'm going to fix it right then and there. Rather than adding more to the top, I'm just going to kind of fix it when I'm at this stage, because this is what the little blending bead is for, is if there's any inconsistencies, you're going to go ahead and fix it here. And of course, we're going to worry about the cuticle in the next bead. And It depends on how high up you want the bead to go, but just kind of keep in mind, of course, where or how long your nail is. So this is a pretty active length nail here. And yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and keep blending it in. I find that working with this hand is pretty easy. I kind of wish that I had another skin color. There's just certain nails that I feel like I want to do with different skin tones. Everything looks good on everyone, but you know what I mean. For video purposes and like making like shorts and reels and things like that, just to have like a different variety to look at. So that's something that I kind of have in mind. Let me know what you guys think. Like, do you guys have multiple hands or do you just have one? I'm really curious to know. So if I do get another one, I think I'm going to stick to the right hand, just because I'm just so used to always going for the right hand first that, you know, it's just so easy to work with. So now I'm going to do the cuticle bead on all of the nails, and you want to work in a manner that you're just blending everything in together. And if it's not blended together, add another bead and blend them one to another, like how I just did here. You're kind of creating something a little bit smoother so there's no line of demarcation or anything like that. And finally, when you file it, everything's going to look nice and smooth, and with your designs and everything, you're going to be good. The point is just to get a nail that you're not having to work too hard to shape. I've seen some acrylic applications that it's kind of different, but whatever is going to get you the nice, beautiful, smooth shape that you desire. However way you achieve it is, of course, up to you, but we're going to work in a way that is going to be a lot easier. So I really like to do these steps so that way I'm not overwhelming myself on one nail, and then one nail comes out a lot thicker than the other. This way I can control my nails and make them even. And I don't know if this has ever happened to you, if you've gotten your nails done or if you've done these nails, if you're guilty of this as a nail tech, but sometimes one hand comes out different than the other. And that happens. One finger comes out different than the other. One's a little bit more coffin shaped, the other one's a little more square. And you kind of get a sense that they're not all the same. And it's really important because people look at that. I look at that. And that's why I started doing nails, because in my mind, it has to be perfect. And you know, what's perfect to me isn't perfect to everyone, but I need things to be like straight and even, and that's not a bad thing. I really like that because I have attention to detail in a way. So that's my little background on why it's so important to me, because I was that client that, you know, really looked for that shape and everything. So I'm going to just continue with this, and I'm almost finished, and you're going to see the finished result soon. And yeah, so this nail set almost took me 20 minutes. It was a little under 20 minutes, and I was trying to get to 15, but I got to 20 minutes, and that's okay because I haven't done nails in a really long time on clients, so it's a lot different doing it on a client than it is on a fake hand. No matter how real this hand looks, the nail itself is a little bit different. So I really enjoy doing these nails, and going forward, this is going to be the technique I use for all of my acrylic nails. In the following videos that I have planned out, they all kind of have you know, some designs attached to them. So I'm going to be doing just a lot more design work and not so much the application. So if I change up my method, I'll do another updated video. But in the meantime, just stay tuned for some more designs that I have coming up, some more application videos for gel polish, and just random videos like that for fun. So thank you guys for subscribing, and hello to all of my new subscribers. I'll see you in the next one.